Hi, I'm BrittBraap and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like motorcycle content and want some information about women's motorcycle gear reviews, or just want to know updates about how it's like recovering from a broken back from a motorcycle accident, be sure to check out my other videos or like this video and subscribe to this page maybe. Today we're going to be going over my most recent adventure. This past weekend I went up to Sedges, Georgia, and I filmed my ride on Wold Pen Gap. Here we go. I'm gonna be watching this with you, so as I am looking up on the screen, I'm actually looking at my editing software so I can give you real feedback as I'm going. So let's go ahead and press play. Okay, so as we start out, I just want to let you know that this video is sped up by 150%. That was for my sanity and yours, because trust me, I'm going slow as molasses on this road. I am parking it in turns like no one's business. Worse than a cruiser rider. I'm going to regret that because I've got a lot of cruiser viewers out there. I love you. But it was 45 degrees with no sun. There was a lot of sun. 45 degrees in the shade on the mountain. And I was in my regular touring jacket and padded pants, which is great. But I was in my textile gloves and I couldn't feel my hands about this time. Maybe a little bit farther in, because I remember after these tight turns, I actually connected my husband to the Senna, which is, you see my husband in front of me. He has to try to slow down a lot for me at the moment. I used to be up his butt, but that's what she said. But right now I'm got a lot of mental blocks going on. So anyway, around now is when I connected with him and asked him if we could just go straight back to my friend's house and not go to Blood Mountain, because originally what had been planned was we go to Two Wheels of Sedges, which was closed, but we hung out there and they smoked cigars. And then after that we hit Wold Pen Gap, go to Blood Mountain, go past Mountains Crossing, back up Blood Mountain, and then back to my friend's house. But around this time I didn't have any feeling in my hands, and I was quite honestly just trying to not think about falling off this cliff, falling off the mountain, and trying not to think about what could happen. And it was really, really hard for me because I was cold, which I'm a baby. I need heated gloves, something fierce. I was cold. I mean, I'm very surprised on how my aftermarket parts actually respond to cold and the rain, which I always thought it was BS, hearing that from other people. And I tried to do some anxiety type tips that have previously given you guys that I usually do on the road, but this was my first time back on the mountain since my accident. And so I think that, on top of everything else, just kind of freaked me out before I even got on the road. So I was just trying to focus on, just keeping a good line, seeing through my turns, looking for traffic coming towards me. And there's a few cars here and there, but I was just trying to be smooth. And I even actually bumped my bike mode down from A, which is what I usually ride on, which is race mode, down to B, which is B standard A mode. So I'm usually here, and I had to drop it down to the very bottom just so I could be more smooth, because not having feeling in my hands, I couldn't control how smooth I was applying the throttle. I didn't know when I kept it in third gear, guys. I mean, I was just trying to get to the end of the road. I came up here because I felt like it was time for me to get back to the mountains, and I didn't really want it. I didn't want the last time that I had been at the mountains to been when I crashed. So I took the time to come up here with my husband and our friend Joe and try it out and see how it went. And to be honest, guys, it didn't go well. You can probably come to that conclusion from all I've already said, but excuse me. Yeah, I was just anxiety driven the entire time, and it was just not my day, and that's okay though. One thing I have to remind myself that it's okay to have a bad ride right now. Really, it's okay whenever, just as long as you know when to stop. So I knew that it was time for me to stop riding when I no longer felt safe on my motorcycle. Now, fear, there's a considerable amount of fear where it's healthy to be fearful on a motorcycle. I had exceeded that times 10, and I didn't think I didn't feel safe whatsoever because I didn't have control of my clutch and my brake. I could stop, but I had to kind of guess where my brake was applied and how tight my throttle was in, because brake, throttle, clutch. Because I couldn't feel anything. Like, I had hot hands and I had my glove liners in, but they didn't do anything. So regardless, my husband's getting me some heated gloves, and very soon, so I can keep riding throughout the cold season until it gets about 40. I think that's going to be my cutoff. So there's my husband right there. They're going to pass me in a second, or I'm going to pull off, I think, and then they're going to pass me because cars came in behind me. Anyway, so this is my message to anyone who's riding. I know that it's perfectly okay for me not to have a good ride on this day. And if you're just now coming out from an accident and you're nervous about getting back and going back to the crash site, or going back to near the crash site, or if you crash in the mountains, you don't want to go to the mountains again, it's okay to be nervous. But my plan moving forward is to keep going. This is probably going to be the last time that I went to the mountains this season. To be frank, I just don't want to make the trip because I'm a baby and it's cold. It's like 10 degrees colder up there than it is right here. So anyway, yeah, so it's my last trip that I'm going to have up the mountains until the spring. But when spring hits, I had already been up there once since my accident, so it's not going to be so dramatic to me thinking, okay, I'm going up the mountains. I didn't crash my last time up here, so I should be good. But I'm still going to be nervous. I'm going to be nervous as, God, what is nervous? I don't know. I really suck at metaphors. I'm going to be very nervous, and I'm going to be very anxiety driven, and I'm going to be, it's going to be a bad time for a minute. But I'm not going to stop going, because I cannot stop trying to get better at this, because I know I can do better, and I know I can be better. I'm giving myself a break, guys. I'm being kind to myself. I'm very disappointed that I didn't go back to my crash site yesterday, because I really planned on it, but it's okay. And the world's going to keep turning, and I just got to keep working at getting better, because 2021 is going to be my year. It's just going to be. And these affirmations, I'm going to keep saying it. It's going to happen. Yeah, I felt like I needed that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate everyone who's taking the time to watch my videos. I have just under 200 subscribers, and I am elated that you want to watch me, because I don't really want to watch me. Like, gosh, editing my videos is kind of torturous, but I'm glad someone thinks I'm kind of entertaining. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, like, seriously. And everyone who's been checking in and asking how my recovery's been going and how I'm doing, you're freaking awesome, dude. Like, I don't know what else to say. Oh, look what I got. Cat dog. I love him. He was a Friday the 13th tattoo. $50. Well spent. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you next week.